Welcome back to Tuesday Talks with Payton and Megan. I'm Payton.
And I'm Megan.
She's Megan.
Yeah.
So we are back in the swing of things, if that's even a thing, after the holidays, which is why I have coffee. We took a week off last week, celebrated with holidays. So I'm just going to kind of take a recap look at what real estate looked like in Peachtree City over the last 7 days. Everybody's always interested to know what Peachtree City real estate prices look like because it's so vast. It ranges so much from one side to the other. So currently, right now, the cheapest thing in Peachtree City that's for sale is $235,000, and that is a townhome. And the highest is $2.1 million. So if you've just got some extra cash laying around and you're looking for a $2.1 million home, I got it for you. But another interesting thing, just kind of comparing this year versus last year, a lot of people are like, oh, the market's just not as good anymore. And I'm like, okay, let's adjust our expectations because 6 to 8 months ago, the market was something that none of us have ever seen really happen here. So I don't want to label that as normal, but to take a look at how things were last year versus this year at the exact same time, days on market then were five days. Now we're at 8. So things are a little slower. So last year, an average list price in Peachtree City was $449. And then it sold for $458. So you can see a little bit of where that everybody was paying over. That was even this time last year. But now it is funny to look at because it seems as though there are just a lot of people who are just riding that I'm going to get every penny I can train. And that train's not moving anymore, in case anyone was interested, because listing your house for $520 is resulting you in a sales price of $495. So I'm just going to be the bearer of bad news here and go out on a limb and probably tell you something that your agent maybe doesn't want to say to you, because that might rock the boat a little bit. But when we say let's list at $495, let's list at $495. Let's just, that's our job. And so just listing at $520 just because you think we should isn't the best route, especially now. So the numbers are showing us that. So that's just not our professional opinion. The statistics are backing that up at this point. So the other interesting thing that I saw last year versus now is last year from November 1st to today, we had already sold 59 homes in Peachtree City. Now, this year, it's 35. So things have definitely slowed down some. But that's all holidays, rates, everything plays into that. So with that, a lot of people are wanting to know, what help can lenders provide to me? So I'm going to let Megan tell us about their new down payment assistance programs.
Hey, yeah, definitely. Especially in today's market, you have to get creative, on the lending side. And with CrossCountry, I think that's where we kind of shine, because not only do we have options for down payment assistance, everybody's heard about Georgia Dream, but there are others too. And one that I'll be able to speak more about after tomorrow. But there's also options for loan programs that a lot of companies can't do outside of just conventional, an FHA, USDA, VA. So like we were talking about earlier, it's not always about somebody purchasing, even in today's markets with the rates higher than what people are normally used to seeing, in the past 2 years, there's still options for consolidating everything. There's still options. And like I was telling you, we have things like we just did, or I'm finishing it, an FHA cash out refinance on a manufactured property to basically lower these people's debts by thousands of dollars a year. So even though the rate might be higher, than their mortgage was, still going to be lower than the credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you know, as a mortgage lender, yes, we usually focus, you know, especially in this market, the past year, it's been purchase, purchase, purchase. But, you know, it's still an opportunity to provide assistance, you know, for more than just what they think they need. If you can save them thousands of dollars and something like that, you know, the hard work is worth it. And we, you know, I'm blessed to work at a company that has those products to help those people. So many options we have. I mean, and again, I was even speaking to somebody else this morning about bank statement loan, but we have both 12-month and 24-month options. So, I mean, depending on their needs, you know, I can pretty much bet I'm going to be able to find something for them.
And that's huge because there are a lot of people now who are self-employed or small business owner. And, you know, there's a stipulation typically in there that you've got to have 2 years of tax returns before you can have anything looked at to be considered a loan. So to have an option that
to get around it,
they just want to, you know, you just want to look at bank statements. Heck yeah, man.
Well, and I mean, especially now, you know, a lot of business owners are struggling with their tax returns, or if they're fighting something, you know, or whatever, or an audit or whatever, you know, we still have options to send in their bank statements because they might have a large amount of cash, you know, or a large amount of cash inflow. So it's helpful to them because we can literally look at bank statements for a 12-month period or 24-month period. But we have a place where we literally send those in and they analyze the income for us. So, I mean, it's amazing what we can do.
And that's moving in the right direction as far as I'm concerned, because, you know, like I said, with so many people and with us being self-employed, we know firsthand how difficult it is to get anything done when you need financing. So, you know, it's so much fun to have those conversations, you know, where it's like, oh, well, here's my husband's, you know, normal W-2, you know, but I'm self-employed, and everybody goes, oh God, sorry.
Exactly.
So knowing that there's even a little bit of an easier for somebody like us or anyone who is a small business owner, that's great. Another huge one is first-time home buyers. A lot of people are just even scared to even think that they could the rates right now. But I know you guys have some programs for that too, right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm excited to dive more into it. And we can talk more about it next week because we're kind of going over the specifics. It's a required training, obviously, that we have to have. But there's an exciting program for down payment assistance for first-time buyers that I'm extremely excited about.
Yes. So, because I know you mentioned like Georgia Dream, and that's, if you don't know what that is, it's basically like a federal, state, local program that's offered through the government, but it's not forgivable, and it's
you got to pay it back
loan, and you know it's definitely, it serves its purpose to help those who need it, but knowing that there's other options coming in the pipeline that may make that even look like, well, we don't need to consider that one. There's a great one here. So that'll be exciting to hear more about that next week. I know we've got people who are watching because I'm getting questions all the time, and people are reaching out to us and being like, oh, I hadn't thought about that, or I didn't realize we had that option. So we know that you're watching. We know.
Sitting there with their coffee.
Even if it seems quiet, we can see you. But you know, Megan and I are always available for questions, or if you know things just seem completely overwhelming in every sense and you don't even know where to begin. That's been another huge question that we've seen a lot is, you know, well, I want to buy a house, but I don't know where to start. Well, first of all, hey, you're talking to the right people. So, you know, your first start is to introduce yourself to a lender and a real estate agent, and you've got us right here. So, you know, Megan and I, even this past week or so, have sat down with clients and said, all right, let's figure this out. Let's map it all out, get you pre-approved. And
that's the part I think we both love too. I mean, it's even meeting clients and like going over their questions and concerns and needs and wants and everything. So That's what we both love doing that. Like, I love it. I think
It
it's
keeps
the
us
most,
on our toes because no two
yeah,
clients are the same.
yeah,
There's always something different
yes,
or new that
yeah.
we're like, oh, well, haven't dealt with that before,
Didn't
but we're
think
going
about
to
that.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say things are slower than they were this time last year, but they are not
Mhm.
slow by any
No,
means. So,
yeah.
um, we are both busy, booked, and so there's always stuff going on, but we're always available for questions or help with anything that you guys could need. So all of our contact information will be below, so you can reach out to us if you need anything financing. Holla at Megan. If you need anything real estate related, I'm your girl. Cool.
Holla.
We'll wrap it up, and we will definitely highlight next week more information on first-time homebuyer down payment assistance. Let you get certified and all the things in that, so that we can deliver the options appropriately.
Legally.
That's right. That's
Legally.
right. That's right. All right. Well, we will chat next week.
Awesome. Thank you.